What's up everybody, it's your boy Duty back again with another video, and I see that DSP is finally back and put down the cell phone and gave WWE champions a little rest. As you guys, if you saw my previous video, our boy Phil rushed out of his late night stream abruptly, just out of nowhere, and left his audio mic on and was doing something. He was gone for about 20 minutes. And today he pulled in about 300 bucks in tips. So my guess is he was on PayPal transferring some funds over so that he could play some WWE champions. Oh my lord. He has to get that fixed in. His tips have been low the last few days. So I'm not sure if he's been able to get enough pulls in this week. So he's falling behind and he needs to make sure that he keeps up with the other players. He has to keep that high rank up, and keeping that high rank up requires a lot of money. So he's back here on his daily wrap. As you notice, it's only about 6 minutes long. So of course, anytime Phil pulls in some cheddar, he makes these daily wraps abbreviated. So he'll probably tell you how well he did today, but I would like to actually counter that. So let's play the video.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was the very first day of 2023. January 1st, that is right, everyone. A glorious Sunday, because today was a very fun day, honestly. Today, on the Level 1 podcast, we had a really funny segment where I went through 2 different capture devices that I received from Amazon on Friday, after having a broken capture device on Monday, and we had ordered some replacements. Pretty hilarious situation. I recommend you watch the podcast if you want to see what we discovered about these, which was a pretty shocking, hilarious discovery, and everyone had a good time with that one. And of course, our first discussions of the new year and things.
Mind you, this has been going on for a week and he's still talking about the same damn thing. And the interesting thing, when he did talk about it, he talked about sending it back to Amazon and getting credit. He didn't say getting his money back, he said getting credit. So our boy Phil's going to use those $200 and waste it on additional trash that he doesn't need. Of course, he has to fill up the closet so that he can do closet clean out part 4. So
things like that on the podcast. It was a really good one. Okay. As for our gameplay streams today, I would say they were 2 exceptionally good ones. The first stream was God of War Ragnarok endgame content. What did we do? Well, 1 or 2 quick odds and ends of side content. For example, we beat that final Huntress who we had been fighting multiple times in Vanaheim's basin area. We finally finished off that. I think there was maybe 1 other side piece of content that we did. And then we went main to the story. And today, likely, some of the biggest story developments of the entire game. Shocking twist that I did not see coming. I think if you already played the game, you know what shocking twist I'm talking about. But it's like, whoa, when it happens. And now we're basically heading straight into the end game of the game, very close to the end. And at the very tail end of the stream, I was actually able to do the entirety of the Odin's Ravens quest line and finish that off. So tons of progress on today's God of War Ragnarok stream, and we are poised to finish the game next stream. Basically people saying maybe tops 1 to 2 hours left of story, and then after that there's post game where you can fight the final berserkers. I think there's like 3 realm tears left to do, odds and ends. And then we're done. Like, we've done everything. In which case, maybe I might even platinum the game, depending. I guess we'll have to see. I don't know about missing pieces of lore that I might need to grab and how tedious that would be. But at the very least, we're going to finish the story, and I definitely want to do those final 2 Berserker fights next stream if we can, all right? So the end of God of War Ragnarok after 2 months is finally coming, all right? Then tonight on the late stream, it was Resident Evil 1 Remake basically premiering. And what I mean by that is I had played it once during my Christmas marathon for about an hour and a half. You guys really liked it because I played it on the Jill side of things, which I didn't do 8 years ago when I played the game originally. And in addition to that, I did it on the harder difficulty than I had done 8 years ago. And I was getting my butt kicked. All right, the game has way less resources. The zombies are tougher. They take way more damage. Crimson heads are popping up early in the game. It's pretty nuts. And so we were having a good time with it so much during the Christmas event that you guys have been asking for it. Some of you even nominated it for Viewer's Choice. And I said, you know what? Since we beat High on Life, on the earlier side, this will be the next playthrough. So we started tonight, 2 hours of survival horror fun in Resident Evil 1 Remake Jill side run. And it was great. Like, I'm trying to figure it all out legit. I'm not asking for help or anything from people. And it's tough because this has very little resources. I spent most of the night with no ammo, kind of just trying to dodge zombies and survive as much as I could. After 2 hours, basically we're in a much better position now. I actually like the fact that you kind of have choices of what you want to do. Gee, do you want to fight where you think there's a boss, or do you want to go this way to another area you haven't been yet and you don't know what to expect? It's kind of neat. We had a good time. And let me tell you guys, both streams, the audience was great and engaged. Both streams, the audience was incredibly supportive. We hit the tip skulls on both freaking streams. That is amazing for a great start to 2023. We haven't had a day where I hit both tip skulls. I couldn't tell you the last time that happened. I mean, even like during the Christmas weeks, that wasn't happening. So thank you for that. Outstanding start to the month, really. Both, support-wise, engagement-wise, and just the fun of the streams, all right?
Yeah, our boy Phil, he never does any research, and he doesn't know. Again, I always say that Phil lives tip to tip. From tip to tip. He lives his life that way financially, and he also lives his life that way, when it comes to events in his life. If he actually bothered to do a little research and look into his records, he would see that last year on his January 1st stream, he pulled in $244 on the first stream, and then he pulled in $109 on his ninth stream. Let me get this highlighted right here. 244. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Oh, a little bit more. Here it is. This is what he made. So for his gross tips, he made $353. And then for his gross super chats, he made $213. So he cleared over $550 last year on January 1st. And, he thinks, he's surprised that January 1st day would bring him any cash, and it typically does. But he would see that he actually made way less this year, less in tips and definitely less in super chats. So yeah, Phil. So I know you like to claim this was an awesome day, but no, it goes in line with what I'm saying about your channel, where it just seems to just progressively get worse and worse. And like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on that and where I see your channel going in 2023 based on your statistics for 2022, which were not great at all.
So, what can you expect for the rest of the week? Well, guess what? 3 more streaming days this week. That's right, we're not done. 3 more whole days coming up of streaming goodness here on DSP Gaming. So, what is going to happen? Well, tomorrow, it's endgame of Pokemon Scarlet. Essentially, we're in the end. There's 3 plot lines that have been going on throughout the entire game. One was the Team Star plot line, one was the Titan Pokemon plot line, and one was the Victory Road, where basically you're doing the gym fights, and now there's the Elite Four in the end of the game. So we're there. Like, that's it. That's all that's left in the game plot line for us. And tomorrow's main stream, we're going to focus on that, see how far we can get. Will we beat it in one session? I don't know. Maybe not. But we'll probably get really close. Okay? Then tomorrow night, it is more Warzone 2.0 action. I attempt to get my first win, not only in the game, but my first win of 2023. So far, we've gotten so close. Every time I play this thing, I make top 10. And then I just don't do it, Sometimes I had second place nail-biting finishes that we don't make it. Like, oh, man. So, we'll see how things go tomorrow during the Warzone stream. Will I get my first win? We'll find out, all right? Now, the other 2 days, we're going to have conclusion of God of War Ragnarok and more Resident Evil 1 Remake on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, because I am here, likely the end of Pokemon and more Warzone. Since we're wrapping up all these playthroughs this week, this is the good thing. When I come back, it means that we can focus on the year-end series, and essentially I can put together all the components I need for that, and we can do a nice, streams of running down the best and most disappointing games of the year, get that out of the way, and then we can sit down and say, what are the new playthroughs you guys want to see? I don't know if we're going to start up with games that I missed during the fall. Perhaps you guys would like to see some other games off of Game Pass in the meantime. I don't know. We could talk about it over the next couple of days on the podcast. I think we should try to determine by the end of my streaming week what I want to do starting maybe Friday, Saturday, since it looks like we're going to need new games in the rotation. Okay? Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Today was a great day. I was a really great positive feeling heading into the new year. I think everyone had a great time. I certainly did, and I cannot wait for the streams tomorrow as well. So everyone, Happy New Year 2023. Please have a good night, and I will see you all in the morning for a fun level 1 podcast, followed by Pokemon Scarlet Chill Fun. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Later.
So as you can see, it was in a bridge, daily wrap. Of course, Phil, once he gets that money, he doesn't have to worry about harping on, what he did and didn't do, during the day. And of course, he doesn't have to do a full on-tip audit for the den heads. So as you can see, typically the beginning of the year, he does pretty good. I mean, last year, I think for the second stream, he pulled in $648 in tips and in super chats combined. So, he should have an okay day tomorrow. And if he doesn't, then again, it will show that downward trend that I've been seeing for Phil, starting late this year. And it just progressively has gotten way worse. So let's see here real quick. So he was at 566 last year, last January 1st. And then today he was at $352. So he made less tips and made way less super chats. So he made 5 something last year, January 1st, and only made $352 this year. So we'll keep tracking it, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.